Alright, so we got this is just some kosher salt, and I'm going to put about a teaspoon. The boys like it salty, and actually my wife and the kids are both, well, the wife and I assume the kids are under doctor's instructions to have more salt. One of the few people in the world that are like that. But they need more salt in their diet. And we're just going to drizzle a bit of the chicken broth in there for the moment, just to let it mix up. Just a little splash. Total liquid you want is about 100 milliliters. And I know that I'm not quite over that yet. That's counting the egg and the oil and the broth. I'll set that aside right over here. And now you just take this, you mix your chicken and your breadcrumbs up really well. Give them a nice mix. They mix easily after being individually chopped up in that mini chopper. Whoop, excuse me. Wonderful, I'm not cutting that. Alright, so those go there. And we'll do a bit at a time. Actually, I can tell just by looking that we will use all of that, so I'll put it in. Like I said, you're better off going with just the egg in here first. That's what I did last night until I got the feel for the amount of liquid that was required. I just did the egg first. That had the spices mixed in with it, the herbs and spices, and then I started adding the liquid a little bit at a time. Well, in this case I'm using chicken broth, which is the best thing you can use. In addition, last night I used something different. So, let's see. You just mix that all up. And what you want, of course, is a texture whereby you can make little balls. Yeah, so that's a good consistency right there. That'll form really nicely into my things. So, alright, so now we're going to shape them. I'm just going to show you a couple of different options that you have here. One thing that the kids really might like that you can do is you can take these silicone pans. These are like ice cube trays. If you're using ice cube trays, make sure that you're using silicone, because some plastic ice cube trays will not be food grade. So what you can do, and I'm not going to do that right now, you can just take these and pack it all in there really full, and then take them and freeze them. Once they're frozen, you can pop them out of there, and you can keep them in the freezer if you want. Put them in a Ziploc bag or whatever. They pop out really easy once they're frozen, and then bake them in little shapes, which should be kind of neat for the kids, right? Or what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to make basically traditional shaped chicken nuggets, basically just by hand shaping them. And just make little balls, and there you go. I mean, there's something that looks roughly like a chicken nugget. Flatten it down in the pan, even it out, and you just keep doing that. Make them whatever size you want. This is what I did last night. Turned out really well, baked that way in the oven. So, just make another one like that. And you can see I've got a baking sheet here with Silpat. You can use parchment paper. I like to use Silpat because it's reusable. I don't got to create garbage. And it's really easy. That's all you got to do, basically. Keep doing that. Alright, so you can see we got an unlucky 13. These are kind of large, a little bit larger. That's probably, some of the smaller ones here are regular size, quote-unquote, chicken nuggets. So you get maybe, you know, more than a dozen, 14, 15 if you make them a bit smaller. Preheated my oven to 3 1/4, 325 Fahrenheit. I'm going to toss them in there. I've got it on convection, and let me see, I'm going to set that for 13 minutes. We'll stay with the unlucky 13. When that time is up, I'm going to take them out, flip them over, and then bake it on the other side as well.
They've been up there for a while, smelling those nuggets.
Alright, so there's 13 minutes. I'm still playing around with the cooking times actually, and the temperatures. Last night I did 350, and it was too much. It burned a little bit. These are looking like I could go a little bit higher, but they're not. There's no black on them, so I think we're good here. I'm just going to flip them all over. You can see at this point we can just do that by hand. It's looking actually pretty good. And we'll set another 13 minutes. And there's the boy screeching in the bathtub. Away we go. Alright, and that is time up. And they are all done. They're just lovely brown. Actually, that looks about right. 13 minutes on each side at 325 Fahrenheit. Just very lightly brown. They smell fantastic. I realized after I put them in there I was going to put a clove of garlic into the buzzer with the egg and all that stuff, and I completely forgot that. But, you know, you can see basically your options are wide open. You can do whatever you want. If you want them hot and spicy or whatever. Actually, our oldest son likes chicken wings, spicy chicken wings, so we could do like spicy chicken wing chicken nuggets if we wanted to do that. Give it a taste test. They're absolutely fantastic. You're going to love them.